The pictures tell the story. This life had many shades. I'd wake up every morning, and before I'd start each day, I'd take a drag from last night's cigarette that smoldered in its tray. Down a little something, then be on my way.
Hey guys, it's David here with the Whiskey Rebellion. How's everyone doing this evening?
Good.
Hey. Good. Got kind of a smaller skeleton crew here tonight. We got some people out. We got some folks on vacation. I guess it's spring break for some folks already. It's not for me, working stiff like you gentlemen. So it's just another day, but it is also the day before St. Patrick's Day. My household, we've gotten started early in every sense of the word. Got to enjoy some corned beef and cabbage. I made in a crock pot earlier. It was waiting for me when I got home, thanks to my beautiful and talented fiance. And perfect night to start in on the Irish whiskey as well, right? So tonight I am drinking, you guys know I've had it here on the show a few times already, the Redbreast 12. It is a lovely, lovely Irish whiskey. What are you guys drinking tonight?
I am working on Teeling's small batch Irish whiskey. It's 92 proof. It's there's no age statement on the bottle. Had to look that up before. It's aged 6 years. It is absolutely delicious. For those who have not tried it, I suggest you do try this. Man, that's some gothic stuff going on in the background.
Yeah, I think it's a car or something.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was going to say, you said that. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask you that you said the Teeling's 92 proof?
92 proof.
Okay.
On the nose, you can pick up honey. You can pick up fruit. There's like a banana type smell in the background, which after you taste it on the palate, of course, the honey is right there, right up front. And it's like a banana nut muffin. I mean, it's really weird, but you don't expect that. But there it is. And then, of course, toffee along with the honey, and it's just absolutely delicious. Very, very little burn at the very end on the finish. But, I mean, it's a delight, especially at 92 proof. It does not drink like 92 proof.
Very good. And that one of the things
that was points excellent on it, too.
Sure, yeah, it's not a high dollar whiskey.
No.
And it's an interesting find because most Irish whiskeys will come in. I mean, not all of them, but most of them come in at 80 proof. Like even this 12 is 80 proof. I just checked it. I was like, it's 80 proof because that's normally just how they cut them. Yeah, so it is a little bit more rare to see that, even at 92.
I think it's a small batch why they do it like that. I don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know.
I'd have to research that to find out.
But yeah, I'll have to get me another bottle of that. It's been a while since I've had some.
Oh, it's delicious.
Sounds good.
Well, for me, I'm just drinking. It's nothing Irish. Don't be mad at me.
Hey, you said you're drinking. That's Irish.
I'm just drinking. So
I can say that I'm Irish too. Go ahead.
Two other things I want to get off my chest. One, thank you to Gino. I'm gonna open my dad's hat that he sent me when I get my smoker back. Nice. So it's gonna be my first cook with some good cigars. So Gino, thank you. I appreciate that. Secondly, if you guys get packages from Japan, some dog shampoo, don't be surprised.
From Japan, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's this dog shampoo with this black label on it.
Oh yeah.
This funny looking bottle.
Oh, okay.
So it's a good chance we're all gonna get some drops.
It's like extra eccentric dog shampoo.
Yeah, exactly.
The first thing I think of when I think of Japanese, like this is something. It's a little bit. Oh, you're in witness protection again. You're having trouble with that before. There you go.
Well, I had to say it. I had to say it in witness protection because that dog shampoo from over there can be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I thought it might be.
I'll definitely be on the lookout for that.
Man, that's good stuff.
Good shit.
And enjoying a good cigar. So my wife, God bless her, she went to the cigar store by herself, and she kind of snitched on herself. She's like, "Oh, I'm going over here, and I'm getting off." I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, I know exactly where you're going." So, thank you to my beautiful wife for bringing home some cigars, and just enjoying you guys.
Yeah, nice. Very cool. Mark, you're muted, sir.
Yep. What's up, fellas?
There you are. Hey.
I am sipping. Oh, wrong side. I have a picture. Sons of Aaron, Irish whiskey.
Sons of Aaron.
Yeah, it's out of Kansas City. Shout out to my guy Connor.
There you go,
blend, brother. Good blend. And they're doing some really good things. I got a chance to. He let me taste a few variations a couple months ago. It's got some good things coming. This is pretty damn good. I had a cigar and I left my damn cigar. It's the Aaron. What is it? I forget the name of it. Aaron or something. But goes perfect with Irish. I bought it and left it on the damn counter. Bought my aircraft carrier.
Very, very nice. It's
Go Navy, damn it. And
there you go.
There you go.
Oh well. I can't smoke in here anyway, so it doesn't matter. You see, I'm in a hotel. I got smoke detectors.
All the detectors. Yeah, they're getting your ass about that.
Yeah.
No balcony?
No. Here's the thing, though. You know, I gotta have my smell goods.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I can't smoke a cigar, but I have a goddamn candle.
There you go. I had a question about that actually.
Irish, by the way.
So this is from Kansas City, the distillery. I don't think I've ever had anything from them.
Restless Spirits.
Cool. Yeah, no, I mean, I'd definitely be into it. So is this one of these things where it's like styled like an Irish whiskey, but technically can't call it Irish whiskey, or can you just call it Irish whiskey? Because you know how they have rules about Scotch, like it's not really Scotch, but it's made the exact same way, but the ingredients were put together over here or something like that.
As far as I know of, and I'm not the Irish whiskey expert, he's fully capable and qualified to call it Irish whiskey.
Okay,
he's like it to me.
That's cool.
It's pretty
good. To me, that doesn't that you know, I make no decisions about whether or not to buy it. You know, based on whether it's real Irish whiskey or real Scotch. Like I buy it based on whether or not I think I'm going to like it, or based on recommendations. You know, or if I've tried it, it tastes fucking good. I don't really care what you want to call it. Like that's, you know, I'm gonna drink that shit. So like
it's pretty damn good. So,
but I'm interested because you know how they have rules about all that stuff. You know, what you're allowed to call what. So
let me ask this quick question though, and I've heard a lot of bad reviews about it. This Proper 12.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be an Irish whiskey, no?
Technically, yes. And so this is a fun conversation to have. So Proper 12, that was the guy, that was the brand promoted by, was it Conor McGregor?
Yeah.
Is that about right? Yeah, and this is like you know, kind of like a celebrity endorsement of a product that's just not good. I think I've maybe had like a shot of it once, like at some point in my life. And yeah, it's just, there is lots of shitty Irish whiskey out there. There just is. Like there's, this is one of these things we were talking about. I don't know, it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, about how, you know, like bourbons have a pretty low floor for quality. Like you can not spend, you know, very much money and still get a solid bottle of bourbon. With Irish whiskey, it's a little bit higher than that. Not magnificently, but like at the extreme low end, you're going to find lots of really terrible stuff. And that's true with Irish whiskey, and it's in my experience anyway, and it's true with Scotch, that like if you see a Scotch that's under $20, don't buy that. You're not going to have a good time. Like you're not. No. And I know you guys aren't Scotch drinkers anyway, but like just even if you are, just don't do it.
But I will say this, and maybe I'm a little bit of a fanboy, but the Belvini, I've never had a bad Belvini.
Yeah.
No, well, that's a quality brand, and you know, and you're not spending $20 on a bottle either.
Yeah.
No, you're always.
Don't tell me that story again. I'm gonna get mad. He's got that 14 for $30.
It's still gonna run you. Yeah, exactly. It's still normal retail. You still gonna end up paying anywhere between 70 to 85 for it. But I will say this: with the price of everything going up, it didn't budge. Not a single cent.
No kidding.
Yeah, I was surprised about that.
I'm gonna have to find it. I haven't had that in a while.
Yeah. I need to. That's gonna be a celebration bottle. I'm gonna get me another one of those Caribbean casks.
Oh, I'll fight you for that.
yeah. Well,
it's a good thing they made more.
Come on up. I get a hold of a bottle, I'm definitely gonna keep it.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna come up and see Jody. So listen. we're gonna have to get a bottle and kill it.
Plans. Yes, let's do that. I can get a
Yeah.
bottle. I'll get a bottle. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. And then it'll be all you and me because Johnny won't touch his shit. So because he's such a fucking snob about
Yeah,
scotch.
Oh man.
But we can drink that shit. Yes, we can.
Hey.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say, like, it also my experience, very true for speaking of rum casks, like rums as well. Like you get super cheap rum, in the the $15 to $20 range. Like, so leave that shit alone. Like,
I'll buy.
For me,
but what I've found though, and me and the wife were on our second bottle in as many weeks of the Bacardi 8.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what's so crazy. We're such addicts with it now. We went to Total Wines looking for a bigger bottle, but they only make it in one size.
How much? What does that retail at Bacardi 8?
What was that? That Bacardi was what, about $30? About $30?
Yeah, see, that's reasonable. Like for me, which I haven't had Bacardi yet, I need to, but like Bacardi 8, and then like the Pampero, then the one that comes in the leather bag, like that's like for like about a $30 rum, like it's pretty good.
And they also had the 12 and the 15 that they had there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had the 12 and the 15 there. I don't remember the price point on it, but I would imagine that they're probably pretty good.
Yeah, Mark, what do you recommend those? The 12 and 15 on the Bacardi?
I mean, they're good. Honestly, I say still go get the 8.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've had the regular 8, and then they had one at the store that I frequent that was finished in sherry casks. That was even better.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, we got to look for that.
Sound good.
It same bottle, same label almost as the regular 8-year, except it's got red highlights and a red band around the bottom.
Okay.
You can find that. Pick that one up instead of just the regular 8.
Got it. Okay.
But both are excellent.
I'll do that. I need to.
And then of course,
I've seen
that there. From my understanding and my recollection, because I have not seen the sherry cask in a while, they were the same price point, low to mid 30s, right there with the Mount Gay XO. And that Fordicana that I picked up, the 18-year on that, was a little bit more. But that's another good one that will not break the bank.
Yeah. And
but you need to pay a little bit of money to get.
Yeah. And I think we're a little bit fortunate here because, Bacardi is really set up nicely here in Miami and in Puerto Rico. So when they do drop, they end up here first before they end up anywhere else.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Bacardi has a building that they haven't used in probably 20 years, but the whole building's like an art piece, inside, outside, everything. And their headquarters is like 30 feet across from it. So it's just there as a piece of art, like forever in Miami now.
Cool.
No doubt.
Well, keep your eye open for that sherry cask. I mean, that was delicious stuff.
Will do.
And it, like I said, looks like the regular 8-year, except it's got red highlights and a red band around the bottom.
I haven't done too many Irish whiskeys, but I will say this: there's some good beers that come out of the Irish beer and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It is good. I can definitely get into that.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of beer, but it's some good Irish beers out there for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I was down just this Monday down in Colombia. There was actually, it was a Thai restaurant that was really good. They closed down. Now it's an Irish pub. And they had, they do the flights of like the snake bites and all this, and, they mix and match, and they have all these funny names for like, it's Guinness and Harp. They call it one thing, and it's Guinness and the cider, it's called like Magners or something like that. It's actually a pretty decent cider because, like, again, if you're more of a beer drinker, if you're into that at all, I know we don't talk about that too much on this show, but like a lot of ciders are just like way too damn sweet, and it's just like you're like drinking apple juice. This one's not. It's more of a dry cider, so I liked the Magners like a lot more because of that. It's more to my mind what a cider really ought to taste like, and so that was good. And then Guinness, of course, they make the Harp Guinness and Schmittix, or it looks like it's spelled out like it should like it'd be pronounced Smithwick's, but it's like Schmittix is how you say it apparently. Yeah, those are all good beers.
I love that name.
To do what?
I love that name.
Schmittix.
It's got like
like a it looks like a a castle tower or something like that on the bottle.
You should get drunk to say it.
Schmittix.
Yeah, I think that's what it was for. Is like after you've had about 7 of them, like you can't pronounce Smithwick anymore. It's Schmittick.
Schmittick sounds like something you catch. Yeah, I got a case of the Schmittix.
I got the Schmittick, man.
That's something you tell your boss. Hey, listen, I got this Schmittix.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be in today.
my Schmittix flare up.
Yeah, see. AKA, I'm hung the fuck over.
Exactly.
I got Schmittix.
That's funny.
Yep.
And by the way,
yes.
Guinness, which is an Irish beer, makes a beautiful ice cream.
Yeah.
It makes a beautiful ice cream. Once you reduce it down a little bit, you get rid of some of the bubbles, and you get all that beautiful beer and flavor. And you throw it into an ice cream maker with like a little egg and cream and stuff like that. A little ice cream salt. I mean, I don't understand why it's not in stores. Maybe because it's real alcohol.
Probably.
But Guinness makes a beautiful ice cream.
That needs to be more of a thing.
Yeah.
I would eat the shit out of that. Yeah, no, it sounds delicious. I was gonna say too, the other thing about Guinness that most people don't realize is like ABV, like the alcohol content is really low, and I don't know if that's true of like the OG Guinness that you could actually get in Ireland, but over here it's like 4% alcohol. Like it's not even as strong as like Bud Light. Like it's. But most people are blown away by drinking Guinness. It's so heavy and dark, and I'm drinking like you're drinking.
It doesn't even drink dark. It doesn't drink heavy at all.
Not even particularly. It's like I don't know.
But if you're in the
it's like
islands,
drinking a piece of bread, basically. It's what it's
if you're ever in the islands anywhere and you get yourself a Guinness, I guarantee you, one will put you on your ass. You be like, oh my god.
Yeah, you've been dehydrated from sitting in the sun all day. Yeah, it's gonna go.
But
a lot
the beers in the island are always much more stronger.
Yeah,
they carry like the Coronas and the Budweiser.
Yeah.
Like the all-inclusive places.
Explain that. Do they make them different to ship to different places? Does anybody know? Like,
I think the alcohol content is slightly different. I think. Don't hold me to that.
Because over here it's like 4.2. I'm gonna Google it.
Because usually I'm drinking, and so I've been sipping something else with it.
Right.
Yeah.
But even the red stripe, like in Jamaica,
it's totally different.
It's the same packaging, but totally different. And I guess everything's different. If you're ever in Boston and you go to
Sam Adams.
Sam Adams Bureau, listen,
totally different.
You're like,
well,
I've been getting ripped off my whole life.
Well, that's because
you can't see it really, but it says 4.2% alcohol.
With Sam Adams, what they do as far as getting their stuff out to different distributorships, up there in Boston, you're getting the real deal.
Right.
What they ship out that goes out to the rest of the country is just like, for say, just a mix that they finish on site. So it's going to taste a little bit different where you pick it up at, from the water, from the prep that they do at the finishing production line. It's going to be different than what you find at Boston.
Check this out. Check this out. I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
I've gone down the rabbit hole with this. So Guinness Extra Stout, it says 4.2 or 4.3 ABV in Ireland and the rest of Europe, 4.1 in Germany, 4.8 in Namibia and South Africa, 5.6 in the United States and Canada, and 6% in Australia and Japan.
Interesting. Okay.
Very.
Wow.
And I guess it's because what the laws say a beer could be for X, Y, and Z.
Because beers used to be like,
and there could be something
alcohol.
with the import laws too.
Yeah,
that's basically like they just put enough alcohol in it to kill all the bacteria,
But it's so funny because I've spent so much time.
That's what IPA started as.
In the islands, even the Foster's, the Australian beer, in the islands, it's different.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But I feel like this, this should be like an experiment. Like we should go to the islands and be like, how is the beer here? Is it really different?
Hey, listen, Jamaica is a 45-minute flight from Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, we can get drunk and come back.
Well, why come back?
You got a point there.
Maybe
why
stay
come
there
back?
for a while. Maybe stay for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Like, if you're looking for a good Irish stout, look for Murphy's.
Yes. I'm glad you said that. Because Murphy's
I
is like
prefer that over Guinness. Guinness has got all the hype. Nothing wrong with Guinness. Guinness is a quality beverage, but I prefer Murphy's.
Yeah, Murphy's
It's got
Irish
more
Stout
body. It's got more legs to it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like Guinness grew up and
Yes.
went out and got a job. Like it's
It's like Guinness been pumping iron for a little while, man.
That's
It's got
right,
some
that's
muscle
right.
to it.
I mean, but overall, you got to admit, no matter where you get it, it's still consistent. The flavor's consistent, and everything else. I mean, the only thing that was dramatically different is when I had the Sam Adams in Boston. It's dramatically different. You're like, it's not even. It's two different.
Well, you get it from the tap too, right?
Yeah, I mean, in Boston, when you get it, it's cold. It's like really, really, really cold. And I'm sure it has something to do with their water and whatnot, how it's mixed over there. And Sam Adams is probably about 2 miles away from the Oyster House, where, the forefathers met after they did the Constitution and the whole nine. Yeah. So when you go into the Oyster House, I mean, it's like when you look at the decor, you're like, yeah, I can tell this is some old shit. Like you can see the tables and the chairs. They look like they're old as fuck. You question sitting in the chairs,
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Boston. That would be a fun time.
It's a nice town.
Yeah,
it is.
I love Boston. If it didn't get cold and snow, I could live there. I can't live in cold and snow again. Can't do it.
No. Yeah, Quincy Square is beautiful.
Oh yeah,
especially during the wintertime.
Absolutely love Boston.
Yeah, for whatever reason. Right across the street from Harvard, the bars are phenomenal.
Yes, indeed.
You will see these world-class scholars over there getting shit-faced with whatever they're drinking, and everybody has a Juicy Lucy, because I guess that's like where it originated at. So everybody's getting hammered.
What's in a Juicy Lucy?
So a Juicy Lucy is actually a thing where it's almost trademarked. So it's a burger, but the cheese is inside the burger. So when you bite into it, the cheese comes oozing out, and that's part of the experience.
Lucy. Okay.
So for the most part, you can have it on your menu, but you can't call it a Juicy Lucy,
right?
Unless it's
because the name is the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the Permane Brothers thing from Pittsburgh, which Rob and some of you other guys know about, where they put the coleslaw and the fries on top of whatever the sandwich is supposed to be. Yeah. And they're supposed to talk. They don't do it anymore, but they're supposed to like talk shit to you, like when you go in there. Like,
if you go to the original Permane's.
Yes. Yeah.
Also, Cat's Deli in New York, the pastrami sandwich
on here.
The pastrami sandwich.
I didn't quite make it on.
the matzo ball soup. Oh
man,
forget about it.
Delicious.
But yeah, if you go to the original Permane's, it's expected there.
Yeah.
So they
and I know, and I've been there, and I've been to some of their franchise places, and I'm like, you're not going to be mean? Like,
nope.
Are you mad? Are you actually mad at me? So you're not being mean? Like, I don't. What did I do? Well, Chuck tried to join us for a hot second. He'll probably be back.
But all that is part of the experience, and when you go to different places around the country, you get that. It's like if you're in Chicago and you ask for ketchup on a hot dog, you're probably gonna end up in a fight.
You're not gonna get.
I was very careful about that when I went to Chicago.
course,
Mustard, yes. Sport peppers, yes.
Pickles,
I can't remember what else is okay, but
tomato.
Don't ask for fucking ketchup.
Yeah, they frown upon that. It's like in Boston, if you walk in and you ask for a soda, they're gonna look at you like you're stupid. You gotta ask for pop.
Yeah, that's a Yankee thing. It's called pop.
There he is.
Hey, sir.
What's up, brother?
How's it going?
Glad you made it.
Good. It's
going. Give me 1 second. I got a dog barking.
What you got there, Chuck?
Ooh.
The Real McCoy 12-year.
Oh, the 12?
Yes.
I have one. I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah, I'm about to do that right now if I can even get the damn thing off. Story of my life. Can't get anything off right now.
We would have killed it Super Bowl week, but I forgot I had it.
I hate that when it happens.
Well, Chuck, if you can't get it off, at least you can get it in.
Oh my!
Yeah, this is true.
Wow, that's a good time to come back in. No money.
As he's literally fighting with the bottle.
I'm not.
He's like,
poking
I can't
fun
get
at
it
Chuck
off
here
or
tonight.
in.
I had the same exact problem with the Tealings tonight. There was no
Yeah, he was
little
fighting it
script
before
to
the
take
show
the
started.
tinfoil off. Is like, no, this is not going to win the battle.
Yeah. But Chuck, what do you? That's real McCoy.
Yes.
Which one is that?
This is the 12-year.
Okay. Yeah, I want to know what you think of that because I see it all the time, and I'm always like, I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on that one.
Yeah.
But pursuant to that, we were talking about this last time. I can't remember if it was in the after show or whatever, but like at some point, we're all just gonna like blind buy a bottle. Maybe we'll set a price limit, blind buy some shit we don't know anything about, we've never tried it, and just bring it in and try it and then talk about it. I think
I just did that.
a phenomenal show idea.
I did it myself. Yeah, go ahead, Chuck.
I picked one up. I showed you a picture of it last week or two, but I picked that one up. It was a Tennessee product. I won't talk about it, but yeah, I picked it up. I had asked the group if anybody knew anything about it, and
yeah, I don't think any of us did.
And that's the one I picked up.
Well, Chuck, we all look to you for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but this one was Tennessee. I think it was Columbia, so I figured, hey, maybe someone will know.
And
who did that? Who did that?
One thing I will say, one of the great benefits about this group is that all you got to do is ask somebody, and somebody will tell you this, that, or the other about a bottle. I can tell you, it keeps you from buying a bad bottle or overpriced bottle. You know,
facts.
So that is a big benefit.
The one I picked up blind, I picked it up yesterday on the blind, and it was like, this not that big of a risk.
Yeah,
but it was like, I've never touched this one before. Read the label, and it was made by Buffalo Trace. Full proof, 125 proof. Well, at least it's got that going for it.
Yeah.
Worst comes to worst,
you'll still get you drunk.
I can put it in something I'm cooking. So I brought it home, and it was the benchmark, full proof.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That was surprisingly delicious.
There you go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
the one bottle,
all of those are pretty good.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't think it was going to be all that. I mean, it was right there at the Evan Williams price range, right about $25.
Yep, I like that whole.
And
I like that.
that's why I picked it up. It's 125 proof, $25. Buffalo Trace Heritage. Okay, let's roll.
Yeah, the one bottle I bought on the whim that turned out to be really, really good, and I got to get another bottle of it, is the Old Forester Statesman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I hear only good things about it. Yeah. It's like a hot competition between the 1920 and the Statesman as to which is better.
I like
the Statesman is really, really, really nice.
Yeah.
It sits really well. And I will say this, the Statesman, one thing I do remember about it, it was consistent from beginning to end.
Yeah.
It was very consistent.
Even a neck pour was good.
That neck pour, I'm telling you.
Was it smooth?
Yeah.
Had a really smooth neck pour.
Yeah.
Chuck, Equinox.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a hard one to find right now too. I can't get it anymore.
Yes, it is.
But they do have a new one coming out.
Yeah, we had a couple in AZ I hadn't purchased yet, but yeah.
Wow.
Something like Fox Moon or
and I think Kevin might have Kevin may have some here.
That's the Stellum, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I showed you why I keep walking by it. And that wasn't even the Equinox. That was just the black label.
That was the black label, yeah. The Equinox and the black label run about the same price.
Well, if it said Equinox, I might have picked that up, but not that one. I mean, $104. I thought that was a little bit rich for just the regular.
It's just about, I'd say it's about $10 over what normally it's priced at. I've seen it a little bit cheaper than that, than the $10. I'd say I think I saw it for $85.
Yeah, and that'd be worth taking a shot at because I've heard you guys talk about Stellum, and it's like, they say good things about it, but I'm not going to drop that kind of cash on
The one thing that I
haven't
will
had to tell them yet.
the one thing I will say about here that's an advantage, we don't have a alcohol tax and we don't have a tobacco tax. So generally, if you find it, it's a little cheaper here in Florida. Just for that fact, we don't have that alcohol and tobacco tax. Like in Virginia, the tobacco tax is ridiculous. It's like over 10%.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It's getting that way in most places. That's one of the things I'm glad I stopped my cigarette habits, because now I've got more money left over for bourbon. It was to the point where
y'all thought you cured me, huh?
well, the last carton that I bought, and it was like $95
Oof.
Oof.
For a carton of cigarettes?
for a carton.
Jesus fucking
And
Christ.
so I'm glad I walked away from that, because I've saved a lot of money.
Damn.
Shit.
You buy a lot of booze with that.
Yeah.
I have been.
Yeah, I've noticed that shelf is a little more full than when you started doing the show with us.
It's moved over to the dresser over
It's
there.
taken over the dresser. You
It's
got the
still
shelf.
it's still all over my bourbon barrel that's out there in the living room. I've got it stored away under here, under there. I'm really out of room. I'm gonna build some shelves probably this summer in here just to put it all up.
Listen, when you build shelves, let me know. I'll help you out.
I feel like Jody's about to call into the show. Just to fuck with you.
Listen.
Speaking of Irish whiskey going bye. That's what you had the Sexton, right? That was part of the joke, because it had the
shape, and that fucking
like
thing survived
or something like that. Yeah, it's a flat-sided bottle.
Yeah.
That and speaking of that, for a lower end whiskey, it's not bad.
No, not bad at all. It's like
Sexton's decent.
It's not $25. It's about $25.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that bottle is goddamn bulletproof. I think that was the bottle that actually broke one of the tiles in my kitchen when it fell.
See, and an Irishman, they like a bottle that you can hit somebody with, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
when you get into those fights.
And the downside to it is, it's very hard to tell how much you have left, because it is a dark bottle and the label itself is dark. So you almost have to it's about 3/4 gone.
You gotta swig it around, man.
Yeah, shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, unless I shake it, you can't see where it's at.
Yeah, you can barely tell.
So Chuck, let me ask you.
Yeah.
When these distilleries put out stuff and they pick a bottle and it's either clear or dark, is there any kind of science, or is it marketing? What do you think it is with that?
No, it's really no science in it. It's just presentation and marketing. And they want to go, and it's also the price. They want to go with price as well. And price has always been a thing with bourbon and alcohol for years. I mean, this goes way back to Prohibition. They don't want to spend any more than they have to. There are certain cases where they will, such as like, say, for example, Old Carter. This is a really nice looking presentation for a bottle. The bottle's really nice looking. The labels are really nice because it has the you can basically, it's, what do you call that? You can feel the letters. They're sticking
off.
Like the relief on it, kind of
like
thing.
it's embossed.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the word.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not Braille or anything, but it's just the raised letters.
Braille
Really
for
nice.
bourbon sippers.
But if you were blind, you could be like, "Oh, that's all."
Oh yeah, sure.
If you're a bourbon sipper, you figure it out.
And the other one that is really nice is that the Doc Holliday. That bottle with
that thing emblazoned on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it has
Put
the bull,
right in it.
The bull
You guys
horns
like
on the front.
Doc Holliday? Because that's another one of those ones I always wonder about. And
that one is that.
We've talked about it before,
really
but I can
good.
never remember. It's like Doc Holliday and Doc Swinson. I'm like, I feel like one's good and one's not as good, and like I can never.
Doc
remember.
Swinson's good, depending upon which one you get. But the Doc Holliday's really good. The 10-year, I did that review on it.
Yeah.
So both the Docs are A-okay.
Yeah, Yeah. I shared it with a couple guys today. They really enjoyed it. They want to get some. They want to get some into their store now. The other store, they already sold 8 or 9 cases of it. After I did that review, they had people calling them on the phone and
Nice, man.
contacted me and said, "Hey, where did you get that?" So then I just started tagging the store on the
the
review, because I was like, "Hey guys, instead of you contacted me, just hey, here you go, have at it."
Kudos for the store.
I think that's pretty awesome.
But listen, that's
fact, your review having an impact on sales, like
of course.
Yeah. That's some big shit, man. That's
listen, when you think about something like that, the product, and you tell them where you got it from, you as a store owner, I can only imagine you can't pay for that kind of promotion,
right?
Because most people, if they're in the area, they're gonna go to that store because they know they have it. I mean, there's nothing worse than going to a store thinking that they have something and it's gone. It's like disappointment.
Oh,
And it's like, Chuck, you put that review not only on the Whiskey Rebellion Facebook page, I think you put it on Bourbon Nation too, didn't you?
Yes, I put it on Bourbon Nation, Bourbon Junkies. I put it on about 17, 18. Mark knows how many, because he's in the same groups I am.
But you think about how many people
in the same 20 groups
that reached
at
out
least 20.
to. That's a hell of a volume. It just right there in and of itself.
Yeah, it is.
Now, Chuck, when a store sells 8-9 cases of a particular bottle, does that do anything for them as far as allocation, or do you have to sell like tons and tons to get some kind of notice about it?
Yeah, that would, especially with that certain distributor. I believe they're a Russian outfit, or Russian fellas that have it, and that type of deal goes a long way, especially if you sell that many. You can get other allocated items off of those, just like with the Fireball with Sazerac, or with the Wheatley vodka. If you sell enough of that, sure, 99 bananas in those little 2 bottles that people throw out in the driveway after they drink, or the parking lot after they drink them in their car, or going down the highway or whatever, they toss them out the window. You sell enough of that stuff, you'll get the allocations. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, for that kind of volume, especially 9 cases, you'll get something for it.
And they weren't expecting that, type of. No. They bought 3 bottles, and that was it. I picked up 2 of them right off the bat. After I picked up the first one, sent them a message that night and said, "Okay, got to have another." Then somebody else came in the next morning and bought the other one, and then they were off to the races after that review.
Okay.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I can understand it having an impact. Not that it's even the same thing, but last weekend, me and the wife, we broke out the Buffalo Ranch, and within the first hour, it was gone.
Nice.
It was gone. And, people like, "You got any more?" Like, "No, it's sold out." I even gave away, like, we have our bottles, and then we have a taster. So when people come up to the table, they can taste it. I even got rid of the taster. I was like, "No, I'll take it." I was like, "Jesus, okay, fine."
Wow.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Got another hit.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
So it's just one of those things where, now, your review had a lot to do with that. Do the stores do anything to notify the public that they have a particular product? And I'm not talking the unicorns, because we already know how that works.
Yeah, but, I mean, you could get a unicorn in, and it'll be gone in 20 minutes, if that.
Right.
Somebody spots it and it's cheap enough.
Right.
Or even if it's not.
Anymore. People, especially in these groups, and I'll get back with that question. The people in the groups, it'll be June. "Hey, I scored a Pappy 23. No, you didn't score shit. "Oh, I found this on the shelf in the wild." No, you fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You found it on the shelf. You found it on the shelf for about $4,500.
Wait,
right.
I'm slacking.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Because by that stuff ends up coming out in what, November, December. The Van Winkle stuff, the GT, the BTEC stuff, and it's gone. Unless you have a museum store, then it's going to be behind the glass, and it's going to have a big high price tag on it. And people will eventually float in after they can't find it anywhere else and buy it.
Got it.
But
and it's crazy because I still see Blanton's at this one particular store on the shelf, but it's $250.
Yeah, and people will pay that.
Someone will pick it up.
Like I had mentioned earlier in the group, one of my guys put out a antique 107 for $199. It was gone in 2 hours.
I believe it.
I mean, and he had a Blanton's out for $150, and a few people have passed it up, but they will come back. Somebody will come and get it.
Yeah, it's funny, like about the whole Blanton's thing. Like I've passed on Blanton's at $85, but now that if you can't get it for less than $150, you kind of go, should I have picked it up at $85? Because at the time that seemed ridiculous. But not so much anymore,
The one and only
one of those things.
It's like that. It's never been here, so the one and only bottle I got, a very good brother of mine sent it to me. Lord knows what the heck I would have had to pay just to. Because it just didn't exist out here.
And it's crazy. If I wasn't over the whole Blanton's thing, I would probably pay $85, but there's no chance of you getting Blanton's in Miami for $85.
Right, exactly.
No, you get a kidney first before you get a Blanton's for $85. Yeah, for sure.
And the big thing with Florida is, and this, Billy, it's the people come to visit for vacation and stuff, and the store owners know this, and they just say, hey, you're going to pay the price, pal, if you want to come and visit for vacation, and you want the Blantons, you're going to pay.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, I think when people come as tourists and they want it, they can't get it where they're from, they just bite the bullet and be like, you know what? This is my one and done opportunity to get my hands on it.
It's my vacation. I'm going to do what I want.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the thing that, that's a good question. You have to ask who's in the wrong there. Is it the actual store owner? Because you see this all the time. Bourbon Nation, all these groups. Oh, these store owners are ripping us off. They're bastards for making us pay this much money. They're not making you pay shit.
No,
you can just walk out of the store.
They got bills to pay.
Yeah.
If someone's going to pay me $10 for this, another guy's going to give me $20 for the same thing, I'm going to sell it for $20.
Yeah.
And listen, as a person who sells a product, I'm not mad at them anymore. Not that I ever was. But I get it. I understand it. At one point when me and the wife started doing these little pop-ups, we were selling the stuff for like $8, our sauce. And we were like, you know what? Damn this. Let's just sell it for 10. And when nobody blinked an eye. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody blinked an eye. It's like, okay, then that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So you get to the point to where you realize, like Chuck said, nobody's putting a gun in your head to make you buy it. That's what the price. And you paid for it.
Yeah.
They didn't hold you hostage in the store or take your firstborn and say, this is the ransom for it. No. And so I'm not mad at anybody who does that.
Absolutely not. The store owners, they can charge whatever they want because it's actually their product until you purchase it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, anybody that sits there and goes, oh, these store owners, they're thieves and blah, blah, blah. No. They're not. The actual problem is the consumer.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like it's not even don't hate the player, don't even hate the game. I would say hate the suckers.
The store owner is not the problem. I would say the distributor, and to an extent, the distillery themselves for making it as rare as what it is.
Yeah.
Well, see,
you've got the rare thing, and then the distributor,
but that's a whole problem in itself there, and
the distributor itself is making it even more because he's allocating he's only got so much supply, so he's going to put it where he can get the biggest buck from it.
But that's not necessarily the case with with Buffalo Trace. So like as I told you guys a few months ago, when that whole shit popped off with what's
RNDC.
RNDC.
Mm.
So, quick example. We talked about it before. The entire Maricopa County, which I think is population-wise, is like the 5th or 6th largest county in the U.S., right? The entire county on certain Fridays would have a Buffalo Trace special reserve allocation of 100 cases, right? When the whole shit went down with RNDC, one Costco all of a sudden got 100 cases. This Costco got 50. This Costco got 75. This Costco had 120 in the same day.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Buffalo Trace.
No, it's not.
Nope.
That's not Buffalo Trace. They've been sitting in RNDC's
That's right.
warehouses for months. Same thing. Same thing with some 107s. I mean, I showed you guys pictures of it. It's like cases and cases. It's like, well, damn, like everyone has known it was bad, but I don't think most realized it was that bad, that they were sitting on that much product.
Yeah,
and blaming Buffalo Trace for it.
And I think the bigger sin is actually probably in the food industry. You know, everybody sees and they think it's a big deal. 25-cent wings. Are you shitting me? 25-cent wings, people think it's a deal.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you here, listen, I can get 40 pounds of chicken for $20. And they're charging you 25 cents a wing. If you want to talk about God bless America, God damn it.
Well, look, how does a store out of wings, but they have bags and bags of breasts?
Yep.
Hey, that math is
There
not
it goes, yeah.
No, that shit does not add up. But it's one of those things that they do it, and like I said, I'm not even mad at them for it, because if you can get it,
if you get it, get it.
Yeah.
But I avoid that problem because there's a place up in Pennsylvania I go to pick up the chicken product that I'm going to cook up, and I get it at very good prices, and I get the quantities that I want much cheaper than I get anywhere else.
I mean, and listen, when it comes to the food industry, I mean, I think the food industry is probably one of the bigger ripoffs, and I'm not mad at them, but listen, I can get 5 briskets for less than $300.
Brisket. Have you noticed brisket's been very cheap lately?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uber cheap.
Yeah. The price
I've got 3 of them in my freezer right now.
And it was I forget, maybe it was a year ago. Goddamn ribs was through the roof. Even at Costco.
Yep.
A pack of ribs was like $60-$65 when normally it's like 30.
Man.
Even me, I was like, what the fuck? No,
yeah, I was shocked at the brisket prices, and I was like, in the cart.
And we're not even talking about choice. We're talking about Angus. We're talking about some prime.
Yep.
It's like Jesus Christ. And
can't beat it. Haven't been able to beat that price in a while.
And I mean, listen, barbecue places are charging for a pound of brisket $25-$30 for a pound.
Yep,
and
$28 like, here.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 slices about that thick, and that's it.
Yep, that's it. Got to make the money.
I'm no football player, but I can eat all that by myself. You know,
shit.
But yeah, I saw that, and I say I'm stocking up for smoking season, man. It's right around the corner. I can't wait.
There you go. So Chuck, what do you like about Irish whiskeys and stuff like that? You have anything in particular you like?
You mean as far as brands go?
Yeah.
I like Redbreast, the 12, 21.
Yeah, the 21 would be lovely, but you know.
Yes, the Redbreast is good. Yeah, I know the price is a little high.
High.
So, yeah, a lot high. I think it's like 321, something like that.
It sounds about right.
But I like the spots, the green spot, the blue spot, the gold spot.
Yep.
Damn,
what else?
We're having a spot dinner at a place called Pitch in Phoenix tomorrow night.
Nice.
Got like 7 or 8 bottles lined up. I was like, damn.
Saturday. What are they serving? Bangers and mash?
You know what? I'll send it to you. It's like it might be, no, it's not bangers and mash. It's I know something with corned beef, of course.
Corned beef
Reuben's?
and cabbage.
Corned beef and
I think
cabbage.
so. I have to double
Or
check.
maybe Reuben's.
Yeah,
Maybe, yeah.
Flanagan's is having tomorrow a special on corned beef and cabbage. Flanagan's it's a South Florida thing. They doing the pictures of beer and all that, the green beer and all that shit. So
I won't fuck with green beer.
No.
It's still Bud Light. Fuck you.
It is. Yeah. Yep.
I want Irish damn beer. All right.
Yeah. Guinness foreign stout.
Yep. Yeah, I think it was before you joined the call. We had a whole conversation about Guinness.
Yeah, it was on the Guinness.
Oh, nice.
Wildly at different proofs depending on like what
Go
part
for
of the
the
world
Murphys.
it goes to.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the fact that Murphy's is probably better, objectively speaking. But I want to ask you actually. So what's the final verdict on that Real McCoy 12?
I'm going to say I really like it. It's a product by the Foursquare Distillery. 12-year, it says.
Is it a Foursquare? I didn't know that. Okay.
It says it's a single blended rum. And of course, with Foursquare, it has no added sugar or flavor. And I would say that's true because right off the bat, I get like a slight barrel char.
Okay.
And then it leads right into, like, it melts right here on the sides of my mouth down into my gums. And it's like a buttery caramel with coconut and banana.
Okay.
And it, that's where it follows up with coconut and banana right on the tail end. And then the finish on it is like pretty darn good because it's creamy the whole way through, as I'm drinking it, and it's creamy the whole way through. There's no drying effect because it's probably 40, it's 40%. So it's 80 proof. So, of course, most of them are, except if you get, what is it? I can't remember what they call that, but most of them are 40 or 80 proof. At least that's what I'm finding. But yeah, really good. I mean, I think it was worth I can't remember. I think it was in the 20s. 20 some dollars for this one.
No. Okay. For the 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because it's one of those ones that I see all the time, and I go, do I want to? I don't know. Because at that price point, I know I can get this. It's right next to it, and I already know that's good.
Actually, no, it would be in the 30s because the 5-year is 20.
The 5 years probably in the 20s. And see, man, I don't know if I want to fuck with the 5-year rum.
Chuck,
6 is kind of my floor. Yeah.
Chuck, Chuck, in your former life, I think he was a sommelier or something, and you just came back in another life with bourbon because
he's like, I'm one in this life.
Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, that would be cool.
But listen, your tasting notes, it's like when you say it, you can almost taste it.
Yeah.
I never heard of buttery caramel. Like, oh shit.
Well, I just like to go off of things that I've had in the past and try to bring them up to the what I liken them to, and
works.
It just seems to work. It's always I try to get real deep into it.
That's the thing I learned from you, and it's like I was enjoying the Teelings tonight. And I was telling the guys earlier, it's like, there's a hint of banana nut bread in here. And that's That's the thing I learned. But that's the thing I learned from you. It's like, compare that taste with what you've experienced in the past, a flavor from something. Boom.
But
shame on you.
I'm immature as fuck. I don't know if you guys can figure this out.
Shame on you, Mark.
But it's one of those things that Chuck, even from your tasting notes, it'll give you a good idea of what a bottle should taste and feel like. On top of knowing, what area the price point is going to be in. Listen, that's real helpful because I don't know. I'm not into a lot of the groups now. I'm not into any of the secondary groups or nothing like that. But just having that information, listen, you save time and money.
That helps a lot of people, believe it or not. I mean, I've gotten some really good feedback, especially on some of these reviews that I've done and shared with a lot of the groups. I get a lot of comments and replies, personally from people that really, appreciate
Speaking
it.
of,
I mean, every once in a while, you're going to get somebody that, says, how the hell can you do that shit? You're full of shit and all that stuff. But, that's fine. You got to have the haters, because if you don't have them, you're doing it all wrong.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Banana nut bread.
I love you, Mark. Love you, brother.
Or whoever 3631 ENT happens to be.
But
Who
Chuck,
knows?
over all your years of getting into bourbon and stuff like that, have you ever come across a bottle that kind of threw you for a loop, taste wise?
Can you expand on that a little bit? What do you mean?
Like, so your palate, you can taste a lot of different stuff, and you can verbalize it to where people understand it. But have you ever tasted a bottle where you couldn't quite put your tongue on it as to, what am I tasting?
Mm-hmm.
Anything ever kind of threw you for a loop like that?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, one of the things that you do is you start off your first sip. It's preparation. Then it's your first sip, and your first sip is almost, at least for me, it's almost a throwaway because you're just getting acclimated to it because it shocks you, basically. Then your second and third, you're there, what you have. But as far as bottles throwing or something throwing me for a loop, yeah, there's been times where I've had to get pretty deep into a bottle. Not at one sitting, but I got deep in, you have to get deep into the bottle, then I can get it, then I can put my finger on it. But sometimes it just takes time because I'm looking for that perfect tasting note, and I just can't quite put my finger on it. But I usually figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, you can have a sip of something one day, and you don't go back to it for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and now it's something totally different.
Yeah, and that does happen. It will, like they say if you let it get air, that's another thing. You pour a drink, and
letting a glass sit for a few minutes, I think really does have.
Yeah, sometimes with me, especially if it's a high proofer, I will let it sit for 15. Because you don't want to get that, you don't want to go, hey, I'm singeing off my nose hairs right now. You don't want to do that.
Yep.
All the ethanol. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although, just to be clear, I do, trim everything and all that. But, I don't want to start a brush fire up there.
He's a man of class.
There you go.
Of course. Yeah.
So have you ever had a bottle, no matter how far or how deep you got into it, that you just didn't enjoy?
I know the answer to that question.
Well, go ahead.
Obtanium.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just couldn't. Yeah, that's one that I just couldn't deal with. I tried and tried. And I tried every different way. I mean, the only thing I added water.
You had the one the one you had is the one that was almost 80% though, right? You had like the super high one.
Yes.
If you ever,
where was that from? That was that wasn't Elixir.
Did Jody send you that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Elixir?
It probably was Elixir if that's where you got it from, that particular dog shampoo. A lot of the ones that I see are they're at the 64%. I have a bottle of that at the house. Like, yeah, it's still strong. Yeah, it's still a little bit too strong to really call it a fantastic bottle. But like for the proof that it's at, like it's not bad. Like you're sparing with it, but like you're not like, fuck it. Like, yeah, that 80%, like it's just you're daring your buddies to drink that shit, which is exactly what Jody does.
Exactly.
Like that's and watching them wreck their health on it. But like
when I drank that was one that that's a good one too, because and I was trying to forget about that. I was
the lower tier of that, like the
mentally
mid-tier
blocking
is not nearly as abrasive. Yeah, it's still strong. Don't get me wrong. Like you don't fuck around with it, but like
when
it's not nearly as abrasive.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, but that 80, what was it? Like, it was close to, I think it was 79.
Yeah, it was like 70. It was like what 160 something proof,
yeah,
something like that, or 163
it was up.
proof.
It was
something
close
like
to 170.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'd have to. Yeah, Jody will tell you if we talk to him again about the bottle.
I mean, it was way up there, but
Like, it's
I mean,
like-
it was like liquid. It was liquid fire.
Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, you might as well be drinking Jet A. It's like
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
because
I agree.
it was in the back of my throat. It was drying for one, but it burned like hell. I mean, it scorched my
the ethanol.
back of my throat.
Yeah.
Wow.
It really did.
Yeah, it's.
And I tried every which way, and I'm sitting there, and because you hear all these, you read about it, and you go, yeah, this guy loves this stuff. Yeah, and I mean, it was probably lower proof.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, it's like liquid candy. It's this and that. And I'm thinking,
no.
really? Yeah, you're full of crap.
And this is why I say, and this is why I say on a weekly basis, I don't give a shit what most folks say because I don't trust your palate.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Your
And I
palate's
think
different.
I think a lot of people just go off of others.
And I,
Yeah.
and I don't.
Just like the
Yeah.
Blanton's craze, the Buffalo Trace craze, the Sazerac, all that stuff. Everybody just jumps on the wagon because everybody else is.
Yeah.
There's
Every-
better
every-
stuff out there.
It's. I mean, we always, we're polishing our halos a lot, but like, one of the things that we like about this group is the fact that we all have a good read on everyone's palate, right? So when Chuck makes a recommendation, he talks about his tasting notes and things that he likes. For me personally, especially when he talks about rum, but like just in general, like when he's talking about these things, I can alight on a thing. I go, you know what, that sounds like that's for me. And in the times I've gone out and tried bottles based on his recommendations, I'm like, that's money. I really get it. With other people, yeah, not so much. Like the way, again, to go back to scotch, like I'll talk up some scotch that I really like. If people don't really like scotch, they know what my palate is. I'll drink a peated scotch and like fuck all that. So like, not to trust me when I'm talking about scotch. Like that's fine, it's fine, it's fair. But if you are a scotch drinker and if you do like a peated scotch, like you may be like, okay, cool, I gotta get this guy. If he's making a recommendation for this, like I might like that too.
Yeah.
And it's true for really all of you guys and the things that you talk about and stuff you like. So like I know where you guys are at. I know your reputations and and I trust those recommendations based on the places where you kind of, I don't know if specialize is the right word, but like kind of like what's your forte. And that's one of the things I really enjoy about this group. So
yeah, and it's
even Jody with his bourbon, like I know where you like the Bardstowns and things like that. Like I bought the Fusion 8. It was based on him talking up Bardstown so much in the Fusion series and different things that he liked about it. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna dive in on this one. So, and
as much as our palates are different, we share a lot of similarities. Like nobody in this group is gonna ever complain about Big Mustache or Lever's Fork or anything like that. Or the company. Or the company. Nobody's gonna ever complain about having that bottle in their house. So I think that's a good thing for us to go off of. We share some similarities in a lot of different bottles. And then we have our things like I love Ryes, and I don't care who you are. If you don't like that Uncle Nearest Rye, then no, you ate a pile of dog shit before you tasted it.
Good,
yeah.
It is good.
Yeah, you just don't like rye. I mean, that's how some people's palates are. Like, there's certain things like, if you don't like, say, like a Woodford double oak, you're like, I think it's disgusting. Like, dude, you don't like bourbon. Like that's that's just what's happening right now. You're not into bourbon. Like you like
but some people don't like the sweet bourbons.
Yeah.
Like, there is that.
Like the sweet bourbons, or what have you. But like there's just certain things. It's like it's almost ubiquitous.
But even though I'm sorry, I didn't gonna cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Good.
So you'll hear some say like what Chuck just mentioned. I don't like this, and then you'll sit there and like, well, you just said you like this, you like that. Here's a funny thing. I went to a place here, and I've been meaning to go to one. I didn't realize it was a chain now. It's called Chicken and Whiskey, and chicken was some bullshit. But anyway, so the whiskey was average at best. So I was there. I was with a friend of mine from high school who was sitting down there. Just everybody's like, I told you, people still seeming to not realize I've been sipping bourbon for years.
Man, I think someone's hungry, first of all.
Yeah.
There's a whole fucking meal up there.
Well, that's Chuck's. Looks like Chuck's flavor profiles right there.
Yeah, right.
I would say, yeah.
But So I go there. So
what's this, Melville corn?
yeah, look, so I'm sitting there, and the guy says, so he's going. I'm looking at the list now. The pricing of the list made absolutely no sense. I mean, it just made no sense. Woodford Double Oak was 19 for 2 ounces, and then Angel's Envy was 16.
I don't know if I pay that for either of them.
No.
Right, you get me.
Yeah, but
And
yeah,
Buffalo,
also yeah.
Buffalo Trace was 12, and Elijah Craig was 11. So I was like, okay, clearly all over the place. So just give me a damn Buffalo Trace. He was like, well, I don't have Buffalo Trace. But I have Elijah Craig. It tastes just like Buffalo Trace. What Elijah Craig?
Well, and I think the other part of that is too, we are very aware of pricing on like your Buffalo Trace, on your Woodford Reserve Double O. Yeah. So when you're gonna charge me $19 for a shot, when I can go another $20, $15 and get a whole bottle, you're like, no, give me something else.
It's never a joke that seems to go over when but like I go full like Cat Williams with stuff like that. It's like you're telling me I can get 2 shots, and it's gonna be $30, or I can just go get a bottle for $30. Like I'm gonna make some pimp decisions right now. Yeah. I'm gonna get that damn bottle. Like
it's like second thoughts here. Just bring me a nice.
I still got $4 left over. We're making pimp decisions out here, right?
Yeah, just bring me a sweet tea. It's all good.
But then again, if you're a tourist, you never had it, you'll pay those prices.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You'll pay those prices.
And that's it's not that there's no utility to it for people who are who are very much into bourbon, whiskey, and whatever else. Like I've never tried it. I want to try it before I go out and buy a bottle. If a bottle's like $70-$80, whatever, before I pull the trigger on something like that. If I can get a pour, even if I know the pour is overpriced, I'm probably still saving myself out in the long run. If I go and try this thing first, and get a, an 1.5 ounce or 2 ounce pour or something, even though I know it's overpriced, if I try it and I love it, well, then it was worth it. Cause I know I can buy this bottle with confidence. Or, I've tried it and it's underwhelming. I feel like I got ripped off a little bit, but then I got ripped off a little bit and not massively on this bottle.
Right.
I got you.
So, there is that utility too. But yeah, when you have shit at the house, and you go out to a restaurant or wherever and they've got the same stuff and it is like $12, $14, $16 a pour for something you have at the house, like I'm never going to buy that. Are you kidding me?
And don't let it be something where you have 2 and 3 bottles of it. Here, there's this restaurant called Twin Peaks, and they had Colonel Taylor.
All over the place.
Yeah, they do.
They had Colonel Taylor's. And it was like $27 or something like that. And I'm like, motherfucker, I got 3 bottles at the house. Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
No.
But if you've never had Colonel Taylor, it might be worth it to you. That's the thing.
And you know what? I can even respect that. Me and the wife was up in Orlando.
Once. I can respect it once. That's sort of the caveat.
They actually had Buffalo Trace. Not Buffalo Trace. They had Eagle Rare. And I've had Eagle Rare, of course. But it was like, what? We're out of town. We want to have some, and you just pay the price for it. It's overpriced, but I'm not gonna dampen the experience or the moment. Sitting there with a cigar with my wife, and we're having some Eagle Rare. It's like, why not?
Yeah.
So,
and I'll say, even given that, like, if the price is good, like there's a restaurant in Columbia. This is I guess a while ago, probably last year actually. I was hanging out with Jody. There's a restaurant in Columbia that was doing like doubles of Eagle Rare for like $10 or something like that. Oof. And I'm like, I was looking, I was like, what do they got? It's like Eagle Rare. Okay, I got that at home. Jody orders that anyway, just because he loves Eagle Rare. And he doesn't ask the price on shit. He's just, he likes to flex. So he's just going to order it, whatever it costs. My cheap ass, I'm going to check the name, the pours. And I said, well, how much is that? $10, $11, something like that for a double. I was like, okay, we're gonna do that today. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a couple of them, But
David, I'm okay with paying 11, 12, 13, even up to 15. I'm good up to 15. After 15, I'm like, because I get that I'm
on a double.
2 ounces, depending on where I am, I'm okay with 15. But when you start getting above 15, I'm not paying for that stuff. Because again, most of the things I have at home
Right.
You know, 90% of stuff that you're gonna get there, I have at home.
Yeah,
and then even the ones that I don't have, I already know what it tastes like, so I'm not spending
exactly.
$50-$60 on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
hell no.
crazy.
Yeah,
And
that's
guys, 2 weeks ago we're down in Fine Ash, so we're sitting in there, and everybody's looking at me. So I go back, and this table behind me is 6 guys. I think I put in a group chat. They're buying up. They killed Pappy's 15. Killed the ball of Pappy's 15, 6 of them. They went through Buffalo Trace. They went through Eagle Rare. They went through Blanton's. And then somebody said, "Do you have Elmer T. Lee?" So they started going through Elmer T. Lee. They said, "Well, fuck that. We just want a bottle." So my guy says, "What's that going for now?" $250. Fuck that. They're drunk. Hit him for $300. They sold him a bottle of Elmer T. Lee for $300.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not even
don't
mad.
hate the player, don't hate the game, hate the suckers.
Listen,
Yep.
you know,
3K, 6 people. 3K.
You'll have
Wow.
like down on South Beach, they will sell you a bottle of Bacardi that you can literally get in the store for $20 and have the audacity, $100 bottles. I'm like, what? For Bacardi? You realize we're in Miami, right? Bacardi's like right there.
Every block, every damn block you get Bacardi.
You can get it at Walgreens.
Yeah, I figure like at South Beach, like that just comes like you just that just comes out of the tap. Like
Yeah, that's what we're gonna say. You just
they
turn
don't
on
have
the tap.
water
you got
down
the
there,
Bacardi.
right? You just
you'll have the Publix liquor
Got that
store
Bacardi
side
Silver.
here. You'll have a Costco liquor store here, ABC's here, and then a private liquor store, and they'll all have the same ones. If you spit that, you're a dumbass.
One day, me and a wife, we stopped at this place. I think it's called like the Airport Diner. It's a really nice place. Food is really good, but they have a liquor store inside.
Okay.
And we were sitting there, and these guys, they were tourists. They walk in, and they buy like 5 or 6 bottles. And, not ear hustling, but you hear the total. And they got like Casa Amigos. They got Bacardi. And like, listen, it was like a $300 total when it was said and done. But I kid you not, it could have been more than $80 worth of alcohol sitting there.
Wow.
And I'm just like, fuck. Really? I was like, you know what? They pulled up in a rented Lamborghini. I was like, you know what? Fucking get them.
In a rented Lamborghini. Oh yeah.
Boom.
I was like,
that'd be
get 'em.
my thing too. Like I probably
Let me
wouldn't have
sell
any
you
mercy
some
for people
barbecue
like that.
sauce.
Yeah, exactly. But again, I'm not
Local,
mad at
$20 a bottle.
I'm not mad
man,
at the store owners getting their money because listen, rent, employees, insurance, and listen, I don't know about other states, but liquor license here in Florida are fucked
you
up.
told us, man. Yeah, that's like
It's fucked up. So if
you gotta win the lottery to buy one of those.
Yeah.
If you got a liquor license from the state, it's like maybe $6,000. But the problem is, I don't think Florida's issued the new liquor license in over like 10, 15 years. So to get a liquor license, you get yourself a broker and you actually lease the liquor license from somebody who owns it.
Okay.
So that's how you get a liquor license. Unless
rackets
you're like
on top of rackets, man.
Yeah, like unless you're like a cheesecake where you get kind of the state to say, okay, we're gonna let you sell alcohol, this, that, and the other, because you sell so much food, they don't care. They kind of let you do what you want. But the little local bars, I kid you not, the building could be worth like $1 million.
Yeah,
I tell you what, you lease my liquor license and I'll give you the building because they make more money on
the license.
than the building itself. They don't care about the building, whatever.
It's so fucking wild because if you're talking about Miami anyway, like real estate's at a premium, and for that to be so undervalued by comparison,
but
or valued less by comparison,
Yeah.
If you got a liquor license, you're talking about you can have a potential income of $2-3 million a year. So if I'm leasing that license from somebody and I got to pay them a cut of a percentage of what I make, you don't have to do any work. You don't have to be there. Nothing. And it's just money in your pocket. You sit back and wait for your check every month. That's it. So, it's just one of those things where you sit back and you realize why during the pandemic, they didn't let the liquor stores close. No, you can stay open.
Mhm.
Everybody's gonna stand outside. You're gonna come to the door. You're gonna take an order. You're gonna take money, but you don't have to close. When I tell you everything here closed, the only thing that was open, grocery stores, gas stations, and liquor stores.
Yeah.
I'm talking the malls were shut down. Restaurants were shut down. If you sold gas,
That's just not
alcohol, or
essential.
groceries, you were set.
You imagine a bunch of hardcore alcoholics suddenly cut off, from what they like. You got problems.
Yeah,
but
and here in Miami, you can buy alcohol 3:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the afternoon. It doesn't matter. Even Walgreens, you can buy alcohol at 6:00 in the morning. Like it's all good. Where most places they were like, no, you gotta wait till this time, or on Sundays you gotta wait till noontime. Not here. It's fucking balls to the walls, wide open. So,
well, guys, we're actually a little over a quarter past the hour. That's why, you know what? I mean, it's not like I felt the time, man. I've just enjoyed shooting the shit with you guys.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
I really have. Yeah, this is anyone still with us. I definitely appreciate it. Man, this is what we do. We hang out, we drink, we like to talk about what we're drinking, we shoot the shit. Jody's were here. We would argue a little bit. Oh man, here we go. Coming in hot. What's moist my beaches?
Jesus fucking somebody take this guy's fucking keyboard, please.
This guy eats corn the long way.
Oh man!
Damn.
Pew, pew, pew. That's muy caliente, right? Okay, all right. So I was trying to cap this off, so we're not going to keep going on back and forth. John, it's always good to see you, man.
Listen, the fucking cap is gone. There's no fucking cap. Fucking bottle's empty. What the fuck?
Oh man. But yeah, so I think Jody will be back next week. I will actually be out next week. I got some friends coming in town. So I'll be out with them, some old college buddies. We're gonna misbehave probably. Yeah. Okay. Mark said it real soft, but yes.
Sorry.
And John said if we don't touch the tonsils, is it even in?
Oh my.
Ooh.
Oh
my.
Inquiring minds want to know.
No.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that because we're still on air. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
No.
Yeah, we're still on air. We're not.
You gotta let that one go.
We're not gonna get kicked off of YouTube today.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
But guys, if you have been with us, thank you and appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, hit the little bell so you get the notifications. Check us out. We shoot the shit. Hit us up if you want to join the VIP chat. Always welcome for new people to come in and talk about, bourbon, whiskey, whatever, and all that good stuff. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. And St. Paddy's Day, it's like a lot of these big holidays. It's amateur night. Be safe. I really don't go out like seriously, like New Year's, like probably Christmas Eve, like St. Patrick's Day. There's probably other holidays like that I can't think of at the moment, but like it's when all the dumbasses go out, and that's when I stay in. And this is why we have nice liquor collections. So we don't have to go out and risk our lives with the idiots.
That's it. One last thing. Listen.
Slangeva.
Exactly. I got to give a big shout out to May and Day Metal Fabrications. They've had my 120-gallon smoker, and the guy says, "Listen, it's gonna take me some time to do what I need to do." This guy does like world-class shit. This is not something he does. He actually bought some sauce from us, and just on the whim, I said, "Listen, I love your work. Would you mind doing some, alterations on my smoker?" He picked it up, and I tell you, I told him I'm beyond words. My wife's like, "How the fuck are we gonna get that thing in the garage?" Like,
you've done some aftermarket alterations on it. You put the turboprop on it.
Yeah, I mean, I kid you not. The thing is probably like another 400 pounds heavier. It's a fucking beast, and I love it. I can't wait to get it back.
It's
some 14-inch rims with some nice tires, a tow hitch on the Jeep. Just tow it.
I look at the pictures of that thing and I get hungry. I'm like, what
you
can put on there, man? We can put on there.
The question is what I can't put on there. And it's so crazy because most people put their cars or their Jeeps in the shop. I put my fucking smoker in the shop.
That's some serious smoking, man.
Yeah, man.
And John, I will read this one too. Bottle Killing, a Green Spot, fine Irish whiskey, as we were talking about
very
earlier
nice.
tonight.
Nice.
Solid choice, John. Absolutely. Yeah, love Green Spot. Wish I could afford the others, but that's it. Thank you again for joining us. Again, be safe tomorrow night. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. We'll see you next time.
All right, guys.
Cheers.